Yes, welcome to dear students. Uh, Today we have to study the course Environmental Studies of code 22447 for the program Civil Engineering, and this is the e-content which is prepared by MSBTE for study at your doorstep. So our today's topic is water pollution and water conservation, and this topic is of unit 4, and we have to satisfy the COD, apply techniques to reduce environmental pollution, and to satisfy this COD we have to study the state, the needs of water conservation. So let us start now. So this is the concept map of today's lecture. So water pollution, then sources of water pollution, then effects of water pollution, and then prevention of water pollution. And for that, water conservation is very important also. And the learning objectives are students will able to understand the sources and effects of water pollution. Student will also know water treatment process, and the contents are water pollution, then effects of water pollution, then prevention of water pollution, and then water conservation. So water, see here, about 97% of the earth is surrounded with water, and only 3% water is available. So out of these 3%, 70% water is in glaciers, 29% and underground, and the surface source is less than 1%. So water is a natural resource. It is a gift of nature, and the earth is known as blue blanket because 70% of the earth's surface is covered with water, and about 97% of the earth water is strong saline. Now let us see the sources of water. There are two basic types of sources: surface source and subsurface source. These are also called as underground water. So surface sources are lake, ponds, rivers, streams, reservoirs, and ocean. And underground water, open wells, tube wells, bore wells, springs. These are the underground or subsurface sources of water. Now let us study the surface source of water. These are very simple to understand. Water on the surface of the planet Earth, such as river, lake, wetland or ocean. So these are the surface water. And the underground water or subsurface waters are waters available in uh, wells, tube wells and bore wells and springs and infiltration galleries also you have to remember for underground water. Now water pollution occurs when harmful substances like chemicals or microorganisms contaminates the stream, river, lake, ocean or water bodies, degrading the water quality and rendering toxic effects to the human or the environment. Means the contamination of the harmful elements into the water. So that is called as water pollution. Okay, so see here. So this is the harmful substances which are contaminated in water, and then water get polluted. Now the sources of water pollution: domestic waste, the residential waste containing disposable materials generated by households containing waste food, detergent, soap water, flushes from sink, bathrooms, as it contains pathogens, disease producing microbes it is very harmful. So that type of waste is called as domestic waste. The domestic waste, either it is in solid form or liquid form or semi-solid form. So that is called as domestic waste. Industrial waste means the waste which is generated through the processing in various industries, whether it will be solid waste or liquid waste or semi-solid waste. So that waste is called as industrial waste. So when this waste contaminated with water bodies, the water get pollution. The accident oil leakage. So see here, this is the oil leakage due to accident. Oil spill from ships in sea causes adverse effect on local marine wildlife such as fish, birds, because oil do not get dissolved in water. Then marine dumping. So solid waste such as paper, plastic, वगैरह वगैरह, various types of solid waste are there. They are deposited into the ocean. So these ocean get polluted and it affects the aquatic life of the ocean. Agriculture has an impact on water pollution. The chemicals such as fertilizers, pesticides, fungicides, herbicides or insecticides used for farming, these are runoff with water and pollute the nearby water source, either groundwater source or surface water source. Radioactive waste, the waste generated by power plants and uranium mining can pollute the water and environment for so many years. Now we have to study the effects of water pollution. The first effects on environment. Water pollution truly harms biodiversity and aquatic ecosystem. Thermal pollution, defined by rise in the temperature of water bodies, contributes to global warming also. The main problem caused by water pollution is that it kills the aquatic life like fish, crabs, birds, seagulls, dolphins and many other animals that depends on water bodies. And on human health, so there are various effects on human health. The diarrhea, typhoid, jaundice, then paratyphoid, fever, kidney damage, nerve system, skin disease. So these are various effects on human health due to the polluted water. Now how to prevent water pollution? The water pollution can be prevented by treatment of wastewater. So whatever wastewater is generated, that should be treated and then it will be disposed to the natural bodies. Then green agriculture. Globally, agriculture depends on water resources. So it is essential to have climate friendly crop, efficient irrigation, which reduces the need of water and energy efficient food production. Uh, then prevention of air pollution. It has direct impact on water contamination as the human induced carbon dioxide emissions are absorbed by ocean. This pollution causes a rapid acidification of our ocean and threatens marine and corals. Plastic waste reduction. So we can reduce the generation of plastic through our day-to-day life and through due to industries also. So by this also we can prevent the water pollution. Then water conservation is very important. So due to rapid population growth and increasing water consumption for agriculture, industry and domestic purpose have strained the world freshwater resources, and therefore there is an immediate need of water conservation. So how to conserve the water? First is domestic conservation. So verify tap at your home. It should be leakage free. The tap should be leakage free. Use water in flush. Okay. Then keep overflow valve in the overhead tank. Use sprinkler irrigation system for our garden. Then industrial conservation. Install wastewater treatment plant or common effluent treatment plant. It is also called as common effluent treatment plant in the factory. Reuse cooling water for gardening or irrigation. Develop new technologies or new techniques which requires less water for industrial purposes. Then agriculture conservation of water. Improve method of irrigation like drip irrigation and sprinkler irrigation to save the water. Reduce losses from canal, and by conducting structures like check dam, khet talwadi, pala, gully plugging, etc., we can conserve the water. So dear students, what we learned today, water conservation includes all policies, strategies and activities made to manage fresh water as a sustainable resource and to protect the water environment, also to meet current and future water demands for the generation. So this rainwater harvesting is very important for conserving water and make availability of the water for our future generation. So we have studied sources of water pollution, effect of water pollution, water treatment process and water conservation. So these are the references which are used for the outcome of today's lecture. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Again we will meet for a new lecture under MSBTE content. Till then, goodbye. Now let's have a quiz.